This is very annoying to start because the other week I I made a pretty long video that I was really happy with for this channel that yeah, I was just really happy with the whole thing. And then I did it on a different computer that didn't actually capture it, and so now I have like a big box that says didn't capture. And I've like thought about seeing if I could excavate it, and it's just, I don't really feel like it. I might try, but probably not. And it's just one of those moments of part of the creative process is not holding too tightly to something that you write or create, that, anything can happen. There's a lot of different ways that something can get like messed up or lost, but it's just annoying because I feel like now whatever I say or anything, if I try to replicate that topic, it goes away. Also, I hate making videos on this computer because it's connected to so many different things and it is always getting pinged and distractions, and so this is not a good setup. If I want to keep doing this, I need a better method, and it's just not a priority for investment at the moment, but it is important to me, and I don't really know how to get there. I'm just gonna light my macaroni farfel candle. Maybe I'll also burn my fall candle. This one's not that bad. I don't really like scented candles anymore. I never really have loved them, but I went through a period where I was like, this is fine. And now they give me headaches and make me sick, which used to happen, and now it's happening again. So we'll see how long that one doesn't bother me. I just like being someone who can have scented candles and can enjoy scented candles and can make it a thing. I think because I've become someone who likes tchotchkes. Oh my god, I hate this. Why am I even gonna post it? Yes, I will probably, because that's what I've been doing. I just have become someone who likes the small things that bring a little bit of joy in your life, and if a scented candle does that, then so be it, which it does. So to that point, today I did something that I don't really do much of. I know it's gonna ping again, and I am sorry. I think maybe I can actually, while I'm here, just hopefully that works. I'm having a lot of Mac problems lately, and the thing that I hate about Mac is that, well, I don't know. I don't know if this happens with other providers, but they don't really tell you what's causing it. It'll just start being horrible and glitchy and doing bad stuff, and it's way of being like, you need a better phone and you need a new phone. And it's just a way to like make you spend more money to buy a new phone that has more. And I hate it because I should know what's causing the problems, but it's very veiled. It's probably that I need more data, which I kind of knew when I bought the phone, that it probably wasn't going to be enough storage for me. That is also very veiled of how the storage works, whether it's local storage or cloud storage, and Apple Cloud BS is one of my least favorite things. But so the video that I made that really it's just nice because it stayed on one topic and it didn't have a bunch of distraction, and I felt very zen and at peace talking about it. So I basically started realizing that I had something to say about memory keeping online, and what I think a lot of this channel kind of starts to get into and starts to explore, and what I think is interesting, which is public memory keeping, and this question or path of do we keep memories online? How much of our memories do we keep online and share online? And how do we manage moments and manage memories in this public digital new media age? And I think a lot of myself has been kind of grappling with the self online and the self in a public online sphere versus self in private, and how we sort of balance that and handle that correctly for ourselves and what it means for the human experience. And there's just like so much more to that idea that I think is really worth fleshing out, but because I've already done that in a different video that will never see the light of day, apparently, it's hard for me to just re-say all of that. So maybe there'll be another space where I can reflect on it, maybe in writing or in another video, but one of the main points that I'm remembering that I think is important is the economic aspect of it. There was this moment when people realized that if they put everything on a cloud-based product like Instagram or Facebook or now TikTok or all these places, if they put those memories there, they don't have to pay for the storage, because those companies will pay for the storage and then they have an archive there. And what does that do to the sanctity of our memory and our time? That's in order to save money and save data and all those things, we are pushed to a behavior of making our inner world, ourselves, our timekeeping, our memory keeping, making that a product for another person to profit off of. And it's really painful to think of that. And it's also painful to think that those of us who are fortunate enough to not have been forced into that behavior in the first place, let alone continue with that behavior, probably come from some sort of socioeconomic status that is privileged in some way. And at a certain point, I don't even know that it is a cost savings anymore, but you've been forced into the behavior and it's shaped your behavior of navigating your life and your memories and your time that is now public. And it's really sad to me, because those people probably aren't even like saving that much money now, because everybody has probably an unlimited data plan or this or whatever, but it's still stuck. And I guess, I don't know, it's a choice, because you could choose to spend your money and spend your time. Maybe it's just about what's valuable to you and it doesn't matter, but I see people who their entire selves are commodified on the internet or free for the taking on the internet. And I don't want that for myself. I don't like that for myself. I also kind of had this moment of realizing that I like the idea. So the memories feature on Facebook and on Instagram is interesting. I can't imagine having so much of my life played back to me all the time. I mean, so even with my own private iPhone, I have, with my behavior of using my phone, I have made it very clear that I am not interested in their memory feature where they're like, come look at this thing and play back a memory from this time. I feel like that's such a violation. I think, and I really do think that it is the question of, for an artist especially, memories are where, those are like the treasure troves of inspiration. Memory is how we move forward into the future. Memory is our experience. And I feel so violated every time a program that no person is in charge of, is pushing, here, have a reflection on time. And it's constant. It's not for me. It feels like such a deep violation. And and also I think there's part of it too, which is photographs and photography. I don't take I wish I had made more of a decision earlier in my life after studying photography and being really interested in, and having photography be a huge part of something I was exploring. I wish I had made a decision sooner to guard my photography behavior and to also preserve the use of a real camera, and not so a friend of mine is an MFA in photography, and I have a couple other photographer friends who like to validate the choice to use your iPhone as your photography camera, especially for like art photography. The best camera is the one that you have with you. I get that, and that is part of my choice to say, like, this is a good quality camera, and also what is quality and what is the point of the image, and is the point to have like some incredible piece of technology. I'm not a photography gearhead, and I never will be. I don't know what I am a gearhead for. Probably kitchen pots. I'm probably a gearhead for pots. Yeah, but I'm not a gearhead for cameras. I'm not a gearhead for a lot of things, because I think that it feels like it's corrupting the joy for me to think that I am placing my strength in a medium on, do I have the nicest and most expensive version of the tool? Feels like it's corrupting the skill and corrupting the joy and the practice. So, I mean, there's a balance to that though too, because now I really need a camera, and I'm finding it really hard because I'm not up with the investment. So like the investment of a digital camera right now feels very high because I've never had a fancy digital camera, or a fancy camera in general. I have a film camera that is now debunked, that I can't even use if I want to, and I have my iPhone camera. But I have access to Adobe, and I do feel like there's a lot of beautiful stuff you can do with digital art and photography and stuff. So anyway, yeah, it's an interesting interplay, because there is a minimum investment required to get on the field. So anyway, that is a whole other topic, which I like. Yeah. So if I did get a nice camera, I could record these on the nice camera. The only thing is that it would really change like the process. My process right now for making this is so simple, and that's intentional because I know myself. And if the more barriers to entry I have, the less likely I am to do it. So the fact that Photo Booth is an embedded camera on my computer, so I just take it off my computer and upload it, and I'm not doing editing and I'm not doing reviewing. And I decided to make a TikTok this morning. And the way that I've been going about these TikTok videos is so haphazard and chaotic that like I know that I watch them back and I just laugh. And even if like I think I've had like 12 people, why is it always 12? No, it's not always 12, but I think I've had like, a handful of people like or interact with stupid, like I've clearly put no thought or effort into making them videos, and that's fun. But like I know that everything I'm making is so anti-algorithm, it's not even funny. And then I also think that like almost making a joke about trying to engage the algorithm in a way that clearly like I will tag companies and be like, sponsor me, because I can't, if a company wanted to sponsor the type of video that I'm making, I would give them so much credit, but I would also be like, you should talk to your marketing team, because no one would. I don't know. I mean, I did make a Lush video, and I think a Lush employee did comment back, but not in a way of like, you're doing great. They were like, here, let me educate you on our products, which is cool. I love Lush. But anyway, so yeah, so I decided to make a TikTok video today, and that was another thing where I was like, the cost to entry is too great for me right now. I don't want to put my face on the internet very much. I do sometimes, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. I guess this series is me putting my face on the internet, but it doesn't feel like that. I think because it's an area that I control. And also it literally is me talking to a camera, so it is my face on the internet talking. I made a Mastodon account. I made a Mastodon account a long time ago, and it was fun, and I had like my reason for entry then was related to web privacy and web stewardship. And my entry this time around was this guy, Ron Joffries. I'm trying to remember. It was in the middle of the night, and I was tired, and I was like, this is fine. Ron Jeffries, he's a programmer, and it's like niche techie stuff that was fun. And so then I made a Mastodon account, and it's nice. It's like a nicer version of Twitter. It's like Twitter with better people, or Twitter with a more curated environment, audience. So I think I'll probably try to do some Mastodon stuff, and maybe I'll knit Mastodon into the whole environment that I'm kind of crafting for myself. But I don't think that's going to change being on Substack. I feel like Substack is where the girlies are, and Substack is where the fun is, and like Substack is nice. And I don't know how people do like content making all the time. But then I also remember that I have a full-time job along with other things. And so if it were my full-time job to make content and write content, I'd have a lot more time to do it. And it would be like, yeah, there would be unpleasant parts of it, but I have a lot of other unpleasant things that I have to do for work that pays me. And making content doesn't pay me. So how would I start putting a ton of work into that? So that's why this format is clearly like pretty bare bones. Because, yeah, I will post this just for the practice of it. But the main message is non-attachment, because I lost a whole video that I really loved. And also needing to kind of upgrade. Yeah, I might just call this "Don't Bother Watching This." XOXO. Maybe I'll make like 4 videos today. That sort of feels right. I just feel like I have a lot more to say about nothing.